glimpsing into the world of your nakshatras is like reconnecting with a soul wisdom that you know, but have somehow forgotten or become disconnected from. But it doesn't stop there, and here's where the big errors come, because many teachers can talk about a few things, but the nakshatras are also really crucial in making predictions about the what, not just the who. So what actually happens, not just who we are. So here's the chart of Bill Gates. One of the things about Bill Gates is he has very prominent planets in Jupiter nakshatras, and we'll see how important Jupiter is based on the nakshatras. His ascendant nakshatra is in Punarvasu, ruled by Jupiter. Also, he has Venus and Saturn in Vishaka, which is also ruled by Jupiter. So these are very important planets for Bill Gates. Now, something else that happened with Bill Gates is in his Venus-Rahu cycle is when his government problems began. And his sun is in Swati Nakshatra, which is ruled by Rahu, and it's in Libra, which is ruled by Venus. So anytime you see this kind of situation where the planet that rules the sign and the nakshatra both get activated, big things happen. And for him, it's his government problems. Why did he have government problems? For instance, rather than help from the government or something, because his sun is debilitated in this chart. So it activates the sun, but it activates the problem of the sun in Venus-Rahu cycle. But another thing happened in his sun's cycle. He was knighted by the queen. And again, we have Jupiter again. Sun Jupiter, he was knighted. Jupiter is in Leo, which is the sign of royalty, and it's in Magha Nakshatra, which is the nakshatra specifically related to the part of Leo that has to do with royalty. Not only that, but in the beginning when I said he has a lot of planets in Jupiter nakshatras, not the least of which is his ascendant, which is his identity. And also Venus and Saturn, which to him are very powerful planets, what are called dharmic planets, because they're in the 5th house and they also rule dharma houses. So his dharma to be knighted and to have his identity go to the highest echelons of power came in Sun Jupiter. And again, the Sun rules Jupiter, and Jupiter is in Magha. The Sun rules Jupiter because Jupiter is in Leo, ruled by the Sun. So all of this happened and is shown specifically by his nakshatras. Venus Rahu, the government problems. Sun Jupiter, knighted by the Queen. So not just soul characteristics and identity, but actual events. Now here's a chart of Raquel Welch. She's a well-known sex symbol from the United States in the 60s and 70s. Now she has a bunch of planets in Venus nakshatras. Look at how many. She has 3 of them in Purva Falguni. Look how close they are. Mars, Sun, and Mercury in Purva Falguni, ruled by Venus. Again, this is a sex symbol. She also has Saturn and Jupiter in Bharani, ruled by Venus. So all these planets in Venus nakshatras, again, there's a deep soul connection with nakshatras, and she really incarnated in the soul capacity to be a sex symbol. All those planets in Venus nakshatras, and Mars, Sun, and Mercury are in her 10th house of career and power. So we see this very prominently in her life as shown by all these nakshatras. And Bharani Nakshatra, literally, the symbol is a female sex organ, and Purva Falguni is actually the star of courtship, romance, and passion. So all of these things. Now, when she went into her Saturn Dasha, though, she had enormous success, and this is because Venus is in Pushya Nakshatra, which is ruled by Saturn. So again, rulerships show what makes karmas ripen. So when her Saturn Dasha happened, it activated Venus and brought out all that power from those Venus nakshatras. And again, to make it even more specific, Pushya is in the sign of Cancer, and it's literally, the symbol is a cow's udder. It's literally the nakshatra of breasts. And she was known for her breasts and her lovely breasts, Venus in Pushya, but the karma was activated when Saturn Dasha ran, ruled by, or who is the ruler of Pushya, and that nakshatra was activated when Saturn Dasha ran in 1969. After that is when she became mega famous. So she went into her Saturn cycle in 1969, and that's why she became mega famous after that for all this Venus power. So these are a couple examples, but once you understand the nakshatras, the different qualities of each sign become more noticeable. For example, Leo is important for Bill Gates and Raquel Welch both, as we just saw. But Bill Gates is the Leo that is related to Magha, the king, that nakshatra. Raquel Welch, Purva Falguni, beauty. But both of them, these karmas are related more than anything to power. These were both power figures, both kings or queens of their industry for different things. But still, it's a power karma. Again, same sign, but different karmas revolving around power, which is Leo. Gates, it's more royal and inspired. Jupiter in Magha, Jupiter's literally the knight, being honored by the queen. Jupiter in Magha. Welch, more playful, assertive, communicative, sexual, which is Mars, Mercury, and Sun in Purva Falguni, and also those planets in Bharani Nakshatra, which is literally related to the female sexual organ, and Venus in the Nakshatra Pushya, which is related to the breasts. It's so specific. So, I've put together a 6-hour Nakshatras course to help you learn all of this once and for all. So in the Nakshatras course, I go over things such as the different qualities of the deities. You see Shiva and Parvati, they represent the sun and moon. Ganesha represents Jupiter. Kartikeya represents Mars. I talk about the qualities of all the deities as it relates to astrology, which you really should know. That includes the Nakshatra deities. And I show the different categories. The ones from the Vedas itself, then ones which are called Adityas, which are different qualities. I explain all of this, and then the elemental gods, and then others. Understanding these different categories are incredibly important, and I've never heard anyone else discuss this. And it shows the important qualities of the nakshatras as the story of creation unfolding. Incredibly powerful stuff when you can connect the sky with this unfolding celestial mythology. Then, of course, I go through each of the 27 nakshatras. For instance, Magha, the one we just talked about. The deity are the Pitris. The signs and degrees are 0 to 1319 Leo. The ruler is Ketu. The symbol is the throne or the royal court. And then there are stories, so I talk about each one of these deities in great detail. No question, this is the most comprehensive training on the nakshatras available today. It's a full 6 hours of descriptions of the zodiac, the specific energies. And I'm offering the 3 DVDs at a reduced price. They're usually only available to those who get my certification course. And I'm also so certain that you'll benefit from this that I back it up with a 30-day no-hassle guarantee. So again, if you're interested in this, you'd be crazy not to take advantage of this while the offer is still available and at a discounted rate. So go ahead and do that.